Hi, Alexandra. How you doing? I've got your work queued up here. Okay, so we've got the front and the back of the poster, and there's a couple of really cool things going on here. Um, I really think you did a great job on the front. I'm going to start there. The one thing I'm curious about is where the rest of your classwork is, because I don't know where we stand right now in terms of. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like the stuff that you have turned in, you've done pretty darn good on, but there just hasn't been very much of it. So you gotta, I mean, you've worked this hard. You gotta get a couple of things in here for of your missing assignments. Um, uh, well, you got all of week 8 open, of course, and then there's a couple of things that need to be graded from week 7. So I just want to make sure that you get your missing work in, so we can make sure that you get the best grade possible here. Okay, looks great. I commented on front. This word spacing here is really large. It almost makes it look like instead of the beginnings of a new era of discovery, it makes it look like the beginnings of. You see what I'm saying? You might want to close that word spacing down a little bit. Other than that, I think the front looks great. The back, let's look at the back. Typographically, we've got a lot of errors. Mostly they have to do with the grid. So let's talk about that. Now, I don't think you used a grid on this piece, and only because I'm going to Command R this, so I'm going to pull out some rulers here. And let's just take a look at a couple of things. Well, first of all, you have this P here. Let me just back off a little bit. And let's see that P right there. Okay, that of course should align with something. And it's aligning with that dot, but it's not really aligning with anything. Okay, so let's take a look at another one. So one would think that this would align with the P, right? But it doesn't. So if we draw another line out there, we're seeing that doesn't align with anything either. Okay, so that's an immediate issue. The next thing is that I'm not seeing any real specific attention to the grid in the back of the poster here. Okay, so that you're going to have to work out. I think it's a nice idea to keep the heading separate. This guy looks like a nut, doesn't he? I love that. I want to be like that when I'm old. He looks like he's really enjoying that cocktail. Anyway, looking at your typesetting for these paragraphs, it looks good. Your first indent of your line is destroying your left margin because you're indented about 9 characters or so. You'll have to indent about 3 or 4 characters tops. That'll plenty to indicate a new paragraph. Okay. This is an orphan. This is an orphan. You don't want those. Your rags. Look at your rags. Rags should go in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And that sort of varying pattern. You don't want these waves. Ooh, you don't want those, okay? This is okay right here, but then you go woo, then out, and then okay. So and this is okay, but except for that by right there is just sticking out, and that's sticking out too far, as are these 2 words here. Okay, so check that. The only other thing I want to mention is this back is begging for color, and you know the color is going to have to come from this yellow right here. So work that in. I'm thinking you have enough text here for more than 2 columns of text. 2 columns is indicating the center symmetrical alignment, and that's boring. So work on that, okay? And okay, good job. You're a good designer. Yeah, awesome. Good job. Looking forward to seeing your final. Thanks, Alex.